What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video, and today's a little bit of a different one. The patch notes have leaked. Yes, sound the alarm. The patch notes have leaked for Marvel Snap. The patch was originally due for January 4th, which is today, but it was delayed for about a week or so, and now we got the patch notes leaked from this Korean website, and Marvel Snap Zone went ahead and typed up this nice article for us and translated the article as well. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to this article down in the description. Go check out Marvel Snap Zone. But let's go ahead and take a look at this patch. And let's just keep in mind that since this is, unofficially released, things could change, but this does look like it might be a finalized version of the patch. And there might be some minor translation errors as well from Korean to English. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So new feature, artist credits. You can now view the illustrator's information by clicking on the variant name above the card in the collection. We're starting to see more artist credits come in throughout the game, so now that they're adding more, that's a good thing. Then we have general updates, automatically filter your favorite variants when editing your deck in the collection view. If the section where multiple cards trigger each other is too long, the time it takes to finish the loop automatically increases. That's very good. So really long combos like Kwong, Onslaught, Mystique, Ironheart. They added Orca to Series 4, which, to be honest, he seems like an okay card. I believe he's like a 6-cost Namor, essentially. If he's alone in a lane, he gets plus X amount of power. Seems okay, I guess. I'm not sure. Russian support. For new players who want to get started right away, we are releasing a Pro Bundle available for one-time purchase only. Includes 12,500 credits plus boosters to upgrade 8 common cards to infinity. Now, the one thing that's missing here is a price point, right? We need a price point to see if this is good value or not, but that is a lot of credits, so I'm assuming it's going to be very expensive. And next up, we have the number of collector's tokens received by collecting all Series 3 cards with Collector's Treasure will change. Individual payout tokens are not set at 400, but will be 200 to 600. However, the token acquisition rate remains the same. So this one I'm a little disappointed in. I feel like collector's tokens are so hard and so rare to come by in this game without spending money, and even if you do spend money, it's still random unless you buy one of the really expensive bundles within the game that has collector's tokens, but those are crazy expensive. So yeah, I would have liked to see an increased drop rate for tokens, maybe put them in the season pass. I don't know. We got to fix up something with the collector's tokens, man. New area sounds for Asgard and Daily Bugle, new card sounds Arrow and Polaris, and added art and visual effects for Arrow. And here's the big stuff. So the balance updates. Arrow went from 5 energy 8 power to 5 energy 7 power. Arrow's effectiveness is great for both obstruction and control. Previously, we increased the Arrow stats to where it is now, but since players have realized how to use it, we thought it might be a good idea to lower the power a bit. This I'm okay with. Arrow is definitely one of, if not the strongest card in Marvel Snap. It's not as annoying as Leader, in my opinion, but it can be very frustrating to lose to Arrow sometimes. I think I'm okay with this nerf for now. It's just a slight nerf. It seems like Second Dinner doesn't really do a lot of nerfs regarding like energy changes. Like Arrow being a 6 cost, I think would be fine, to be honest. But it seems like they try to avoid energy changes and stick to power level changes. So this for now is fine, I guess. We'll see how it plays out. Next up, we have Galactus went from a 6-3 to a 6-2. Even at the highest ranked play, decks using Galactus have huge cube gains and win rates. Some decks don't explicitly announce that Galactus will be coming, and there are plenty of support cards that some decks find difficult to counter. We're going to lower Galactus's power by 1 and then evaluate if further changes are needed. To me, this seems kind of unnecessary. I feel like Galactus is not really like overpowered. He's not really bad. I feel like he's kind of in a decent spot right now, right? Not a lot of people have him either, is the thing. So I don't know. This one is kind of a weird one to me. I think what really should have been nerfed was Death and the way that Death triggers her cost reduction ability. and as well as clarification on Yondu, if Yondu triggers death or not, because most Galactus decks are playing death in them, and when you play Galactus at a location, it's going to destroy all the other locations, and that counts as destroying those cards there, which will then trigger your death, which usually plays for free. So I think death is the problem card. I personally don't think Galactus is a problem. This is a very odd one to me. I know they said Galactus was on the watch list for a nerf, but yeah, I would have rather see Death get nerfed, to be honest. And next up, we got Leader. Went from a 6-4 to a 6-3. Many players are picky about Leader effectiveness, and the ability to stop the game and make it difficult to play other 6-cost cards has often been a mixed bag. I'm going to lower the power a bit and see if further modifications are needed later. So if you know me, you know I hate Leader. An absolutely just annoying card, a broken card in my opinion. I think this nerf is not enough. I could have seen Leader be a 6-2. Like, I feel like 6-3 doesn't really change anything. Like, he's still going to be played. All right, we actually got a quick update. This is legit breaking news while recording this video. We actually got a tweet from Mr. Ben Brode himself at Second Dinner. So he provided a couple of tweets, a little bit of clarification on the nerf for Leader. And I guess it is because there was some sort of translation error with the Korean patch notes. So let's go ahead and take a look at these tweets from Ben Brode. First off, he says, there's some discussion about a card nerf leak where Leader gets a 1 power reduction. There might be some context missing that I want to clear up. Here's the note that was intended to accompany that change. Then he follows up with, Leader's effect is proving to be very frustrating to many players, and polarizing in its ability to lock down games and discourage playing some other 6-cost cards. We are taking a bit of power away from him for now, and exploring further changes to the card in the future. And to finish it off, he says that last sentence is not intended to mean we may or may not change him again. It's intended to mean we are determining exactly which change to make. So to me, this actually makes me feel a little bit better. So I think what he is trying to say is, for now, they are going to nerf Leader by 1 power, but they are going to change him again. They're just determining what they are going to change about Leader in the future. So I think the 1 power reduction for Leader is just kind of temporary fix for now, while Second Dinner tries to work on an actual better fix for Leader. And that is something that I can compromise with. You know, originally I thought just 1 power reduction is not enough for Leader, but this does give me some more hope that they are actually going to make a better change for Leader in the future. And I don't necessarily want to see the card dead, because in theory it's a cool card, but it's just really overpowered and really frustrating to play against. So I think this is a compromise between the players and Second Dinner, that they are going to temporarily nerf him by 1 power for now, and further on down the road they are going to make a more drastic change for him. At least that's how I interpreted it. Next up, we have Nova. Went from a 1-2 to a 1-1. Nova's effect is much stronger than other 1-cost cards, so we didn't think it was appropriate for Nova to have the average stats of a 1-cost card. This I'm okay with, I guess. I feel like it doesn't matter that much, since Nova, you want to destroy him anyways. I would have maybe liked to see Killmonger get a slight nerf from a 3-3 to a 3-2. I think Killmonger is just such a strong card. Like, he is just in so many good decks, right? He's just like a huge card, and Nova's often paired with Killmonger, and I feel like this change doesn't really do anything. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. It's just kind of whatever. And then we have both Drax and Groot. Drax went from a 4-4, if your opponent played a card in this zone, give +4 power, to a 4-5 and give it +3 power. And then Groot went from a 3-3 +3 power to a 3-4 +2 power. I think this is a slight buff. While you may think that Guardian's effects will create a lot of fun, it can also feel like an all or nothing game We hope to increase Drax and Groot's base stats to lower the risk of playing cards and increase their attractiveness in the 3 and 4 cost slots. So I think this is a slight buff to them, because if you miss the on reveal ability with them, it doesn't feel as bad. But I think it is maybe also like a slight nerf to Absorbing Man played with these cards. Now, I don't think you see Absorbing Man played with these cards a lot, but I think Drax you're starting to see more now because of Zabu, so might be a slight indirect nerf to Zabu decks. Hazmat went from a 2/1 to a 2/2. We know there are some powerful looking Hazmat combo decks, but Hazmat's overall performance is not good. So in this update, we want to raise it slightly. This I'm okay with. Hazmat doesn't see a lot of play. Going from 2/1 to 2/2 is a little bit of a boost, but nothing crazy. I'm totally cool with that. Black Cat goes from a 3/6 to a 3/7. Since Black Cat is rarely used, we wanted to increase its attractiveness by increasing its power. That might be a pretty big buff, I feel like. Black Cat, if you don't know, 3 energy, 6 power, which will now be 7. If this is in your hand at the end of your turn, discard it. So it is a buff to Hella decks. Maybe you could bring it back with Ghost Rider. It discards itself, play Ghost Rider on 4. This might be good for Black Cat. I personally don't own Black Cat, so I haven't played with her, so I can't speak from experience, but just my thoughts off the top of my head, I think this is good for Black Cat. And next up, we have Nakia. This one I'm pretty happy about. Nakia went from a 3/1 to a 3/2. We think Nakia's effect is an interesting mechanic, but it currently has a very low success rate. We want to buff it up a bit to make it a more attractive option. And if you don't know what Nakia's ability is, it is on reveal, give the 2 leftmost cards in your hand plus 2 power. So Nakia is a very weak card, essentially with the 1 power and then plus 2 power to 2 cards is 5 power total. Bumping her up from a 3/1 to 3/2 is essentially 6 power for 3 energy, which is pretty nice. I actually really like playing Nakia with Black Panther, so Black Panther hand buff is a deck that I'm a fan of, and I will definitely try some more Black Panther decks if this is legit and Nakia does get buffed. So this I'm pretty happy about. Then we have zone updates, which I'm assuming means like location updates. If Professor X is an Oscorp tower, the cards will not change factions, so Professor X will not change sides. Updated text for the Raft and Vibranium Mines decreased the chance of Warrior Falls appearing. I'm okay with that. Not really a fan of Warrior Falls, and the animation takes forever to go through. And there is a bunch of bug fixes. I'm not going to go through all of them since there is a ton here, and there's also a list of known issues. But that is it, and then the original patch notes in Korean. Go check out Marvel Snap Zone if you want to look through these patch notes yourself. I'll go ahead and leave a link to their website down below. What do you think about the patch notes? Were the nerfs and buffs enough? Are you satisfied? Are you not satisfied? Let me know your thoughts in the description down below. And as well, if you haven't joined the Discord already, what are you doing? Get your butt in there. I want to talk Marvel Snap with you. So get in the Discord. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.